Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. The reason I'm holding this plaque, this is a plaque, the silver plaque that YouTube sends out to people that reach 100,000 subscribers. And the reason I'm holding this is to show you that what I'm about to tell you is real. If you have a shovel and you know how to dig, you can easily make $4,000 a day by installing drainage systems. Now that might seem like you don't want to hear this video, but stay tuned and let me show you how you can make $4,000 a day with just a shovel and a few other hand tools. So again, you can see the plaque. This is the plaque for 100,000 subscribers. Let me give you a little history. Way back, 1980s, 1983, I had a landscape company, a handyman company. And I was doing great, maybe 30, 40,000 a year, which was a lot of money back in the 80s. But I found out that by installing drainage systems that I could make so much more money. So downspout drains, yard drains, French drains, channel drains, crawl space, all of these drains were the big money makers way back, and they still are today. Let me show you how you can make $4,000 a day with just a shovel and a few other hand tools. So what does it take to make $4,000 a day with a shovel? You really need to know how to dig. And I know that sounds silly, but let me teach you how to dig a trench. This is not a get quick rich video by any means. This is a labor intense job. But if you follow the video and watch and learn, I promise you that you can make $4,000 a day with just a shovel installing drainage systems. So this is Cassidy, and she's a member of our crew. I'm only showing you this because anyone can make $4,000 a day with a shovel. You just have to have that desire. Like I said, it is not easy work. This is not a quick get rich scheme on YouTube. Most important part of making $4,000 a day is you have to know how to dig. And we showed Cassidy how to dig. She is a great member of our crew, works hard every day, really can put in these drainage systems. And this is something that you need to learn how to do, is dig the proper way. Yeah, I know that sounds silly. Everyone thinks they know how to dig, but you really need to learn how to do this the proper way. So if you're really interested in making $4,000 a day, I can put together a Zoom help meeting, a live help meeting in Zoom. I can do this for free. It won't cost you anything. But if you're interested, leave a comment below. If there's enough response, I'll put that together in part 2 and let everyone know when we're going to do this meeting. This is not a get quick rich video by any means. This is a labor intense job. But if you follow the video and watch and learn, I promise you that you can make $4,000 a day with just a shovel installing drainage systems. Let's go outside and let me show you how to dig a trench the proper way, because this is very important if you're going to install drainage. So, a couple quick things. This is a Razorback shovel. Turn this around. This is a Razorback shovel. I think that these things work. They're probably the best shovel that you can find for the money. They're about 30 bucks. These are from Home Depot. Lowe's carries, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a blue handled fiberglass shovel. Works just as well. This is a little bit longer, gives you a little bit more leverage when you're digging. But let's go ahead and talk about hand digging your trench and how easy this really is. We'll start by cutting the sod. So it doesn't really matter what kind of pipe you're using. That has nothing to do with it. What we're going to do is lay out a piece of pipe, and that's your guide. And you take your shovel. You could use a flat sod cutting shovel, but this works just as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut just a few inches, cut a strip. You know, just sink it down in the ground about a couple inches on each side of the pipe, and then you can pull the sod off in sections. You could go rent a sod cutter. Another thing to go get, but this only takes a few minutes and it comes out really good. So basically lay out a piece of pipe where you're going to be running your drain, you know, as many feet as you want, 100 feet, whatever, and go ahead and just a few inches from the pipe, just kick it down in the ground and pull it up just a little bit. if you're strong enough, you don't even have to kick it. You can just cut it right alongside of the pipe. You'll do this on both sides, okay? Now we've got a nice strip of sod. I'm just going to do a little section right here. I'm going to pull it out. Remember to pull up on your shovel so you break those roots. Go ahead and cut it at the other end. Remember, if you're strong enough, you can just sink the shovel. You can also use your foot. Pry it up, use your body weight, push it, and there's your piece of sod. Nice piece of sod, you can see it. Just like you would get from if you went to and bought a piece of sod, it's exactly the same. What I like to do is try to keep my sod in place. Keep it right alongside the trench. Use your body weight, push it. There's your next piece of sod. Make sure you set it right beside your trench. The reason you set it beside your trench, I mean, you can move it over a little ways, but remember, everything is going to go back together like a puzzle. So that's your sod. Simple to do. Notice that I was working backwards. It's much easier to work backwards than it is to go forwards when you're trenching. Phew! So, if you wanted to use a piece of plywood, you definitely could. But imagine laying out all this plywood, very heavy. What would you do with it afterwards? Much better way to do this. But you could use a piece of plywood if you're strong enough and you really want to go through all that expense of buying the wood to set your dirt on. There's a much better way. This is a piece of 6mm plastic. If you lay this out right beside your trench, take the time to lay it out. Try to keep it right by where you cut the sod, right beside it. And now we can set our dirt on here, and we can actually lift the whole thing up after we remove some and put it back in. Really simple to do. Hand digging, what you want to do is get this shovel to get down into the ground to this lip right here. You can jump on it, you can stomp on it, maybe you're strong enough to push it, whatever. So I'm going to jump on it, and then I'm going to wiggle it. That breaks the dirt free. And because I got this long handle, I can use it as leverage and pull it right up out of the ground. Nice big load of dirt. Set it right on your plastic, right beside your trench. Continue this process, working backwards, until you've completed your trench. Pretty simple. So now you have a really nice trench to put your drain down in. You can see it's plenty wide enough. You know, it's as wide as a shovel. I think that shovel is 8 inches. And you can go as deep as you need to. People ask, how deep should we dig? Well, it depends on where you're going to discharge. An average depth of most drains is about 1 foot. Sometimes the soil is really hard and you may need to use a pick, a mattocks to get through there. You got to do whatever it takes to get down to the correct level. For example, we're just going to dig a little bit more. Remember, we cut the sod on both sides. Make small sections, about 1 foot. Break it loose, pry it up. Use your body weight, and there's your piece of sod, and set it right beside it. Even little pieces, take your time with it, set it right beside your trench. Sink your shovel down in the ground. Try to get it all the way. Use the leverage of the shovel. Pop it up. The leverage of the shovel to break that soil free. Lift it up and set it right beside your trench. Continue that process as far as you need to go. Then come back, put your shovel to the bottom of the trench, use your body, your weight, and slide that shovel forward, lifting it up, and now we've got a really clean trench. And it goes just that quick. Okay, so now we're ready to install the pipe. this could hook up to your downspout, a catch basin, you know, whatever you're bringing into the line, and of course it would discharge to wherever you're discharging it. I'm just showing you how simple this really is. You would lay this down into the ground and try to get your fall correct, which we're good here. Now we're going to put our soil back on the top. We're going to remove some of the soil because it does displace it a little bit. Put that into a wheelbarrow or whatever. But let me show you how easy this is. So really you just need two tools. You need the shovel and a rake. And you just pull it over, bring it over, leave some of it on the side because you're going to take that away. Go ahead and just push it around, you know, fill up your trench. 2 inches, maybe 2.5, 3 inches of dirt under our, you know, attached to our sod. We want to leave it just a little bit high because it will settle. So smooth it out if you want. It's going to all settle naturally, be fine. And over here on the plastic, we can actually pick this whole thing up and set it into a wheelbarrow. We're going to set our sod back in, and it's really just this simple. The secret about laying sod is get them tight together. You see how tight I've made that? Pack them in place. Nice and tight. And that's it. So there are many, many videos out there on YouTube about how to install drainage systems. You know, we have over 1,000 videos showing you exactly how to install every part of the rainwater drainage system. I'm not asking you to subscribe. Great if you subscribe, but take a look at the videos. They will teach you how to install every part of the rainwater drainage system. Downspout drains, yard drains, French drains, channel drains, catch basins, basements, crawl space. All of these things I've shown for years how to do this, and that's one of the reasons that I have this plaque. Okay, if you're excited about this type of business, this type of work, remember it's not easy, but you can make $4,000 a day with your shovel. You can definitely buy one of our franchises. That information is located on our website. But I hope that this video showed you how you can do this with just a shovel and a few hand tools. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day. So if you're really interested in making $4,000 a day, $250,000 your first year, put a comment down below. Let me know. If there's enough response, I'll put together a live help Zoom meeting. And I think I can hold up to 100 people at one time. And it's absolutely free. I'll answer your questions, help you get started into this type of a business.